Hello and welcome to Samuel Stadia, the F2 Challenge, and we're finally there. Round 22 at last, Abu Dhabi. Let's have a look at the drivers' standings so far. I'll just move my mouse out of the way. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and click the little bell notification to get notification. Your phone will buzz every time I go live or post a video. Although you can just watch me this week on Samuel Stadia pictures and you'll see what my upcoming schedule is. But maybe I'll throw a few surprises out there, you never know. So you can see there, it's been a card-in 1-2 all the way through this championship, with Delatraz now leading his teammate Matsushita with a, what's that, a 21-point difference. It'd be very hard for Matsushita to overhaul that at the top. Further down, we're down in 15th place, just ahead of our teammate, 29 points against 24. Hopefully we can keep that across the line. Its points have been very rare this season for us, and hopefully this means that our teammate Dorian can actually also won't be able to score points if we can't get into the top 10 either. Behind us, Boschong and Coldron yet to score going into the final race. That's got to be disappointing for them. Also, just because it's worth noting of where we are in the actual F2 challenge, F2 season rather, not the F2 challenge. But we've got Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott there in 9th and 10th. Mick Schumacher leading the championship in real life, going into the final few races, which will be in Bahrain later on. The season obviously mixed around because of COVID. So let's go in and see what happens in the final race.
It's race day for our young drivers here in the United Arab Emirates, where the Yaz Marina Circuit is about to play host to the Abu Dhabi Formula 2 race. Let's get started. Yaz Marina Circuit is a 3.4-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yaz Island. In addition to the 21 corners, it features 2 very long straights. Now these will be the drivers' main overtaking chances today, into turn 8 and turn 11. I'm sitting here, quite emotional, next to my friend Davide Valsecchi. Here we are at the end of the F2 calendar, and the atmosphere is electric. I have no doubt that the drivers will be giving it everything they have out there today. I can't wait to get underway.
Hey Alex, you are absolutely right. It's a very special place. This is a track like no other, an event like no other, a jewel in the crown of Formula 2. It's perfect. I think we are in for a fantastic racing event here.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. Good job yesterday from Louis Delatraz. The Swiss driver starts from pole position, and it's Nobuharu Matsushita alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tete Camara, Giotto, Nick de Vries, and Mazepin, Latifi, Ilott, Galeo, Juan Manuel Correa, Schumacher, Joe, Jordan King, and Calderon, Aitken, Boccolacci, Boschong, and Giuliano Alesi. Hubert Mahavir Raghunathan starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well, there we go. Final race of the season, and it's put us P15 just ahead of our teammate. At the top, the 2 carding drivers, as you'd expect by now, with Matsushita coming in second, again looking very unlikely he'll be taking the championship. I'd like to give a quick moment shout out to my guys who have stood by my car at the start of every race. Thank you very much to them. Even to the point of getting wet, because they don't seem to ever bring any umbrellas. I don't know how that guy whose head we've never been able to see has managed to keep his iPad or tablet, how he's managed to keep that out of the rain and without electrocuting himself. In fact, same goes for that guy with the camera. So the Abu Dhabi track is a track with a huge long straight in the middle of it, but there are quite a lot of high downforce corners. Despite that, I will go for increased top speed, preset 4. I think I'm going to need to overtake to to get some points today. Well, I am going to need to overtake. I need to be in the top 10 for points. So I'll need some good speed at the end of the straight. That might mean I'm not as good in the corners, but I'm hoping I can make up for that on the straights. Particularly those two long straights it is actually in the second sector of the lap. So we'll select that and let's get into it. ...22 races, it's 105 laps done so far. The last 5 get underway now. We get a good start already, side by side with Cole 1, who's crowding us towards the wall, you can see there. In classic F2 style, we do run into the back of the, it says that Schumacher, we ran into the back of there. But we eventually go around the outside
that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Our rival who took us out in the first race in Australia after only a couple of laps, as we get past Schumacher and Gale going into that first, or the second chicane, really the slower speed one. Out of the hairpin, onto the long straight. We've not got the exit we wanted. We could be defending if we do that a bit too often.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Let's give me a new strategy. Now, I'm not convinced new strategy is the way to go there, as we break very late, but it does get us ahead of Korea and into the points.
Confirmed.
So we're just selecting, I don't know if I'm selecting to stop or not. I'm not intending to stop. Of course, in a 5-lap race, if I stop, I'm guaranteed to be towards the back of the field. We've seen that plenty of times before. Now, I'm fairly excited at this because it looks like there's a bunch of cars that we're coming up to. Which means that it could be a very high-scoring final round for us. If we can keep it on the track and keep the racing clean. Looking down the inside of the show, it wants us to come in from the pits. Matsushita has taken the lead. That'll be very good for his championship challenge, but he still needs his teammate Delatraz to finish well down the order, about where we are now, in fact, in 9th place. Such is the massive points difference between those two drivers. The lack of downforce really costing me there, but it does mean I get a bit better speed on the straights coming up, sliding as we go into the hairpin. Thankfully, don't lose too much time because it's only a short straight there. You are joining in. You are joining in online, watching live. Thank you very much. Please say hi in the chat. I'll give you a quick shout out at the end of the video. Well, I've also got a bit of news I'm very excited to be sharing. Through the chicane, middle of sector 2, and onto the second straight. We're a little bit further behind Ilot. I don't know whether we're going to be able to make that up. We're certainly going to be trying. Looking down at the map in the bottom left, there's a lot of cars queuing up behind me. It seems like we might be a bit of a cork in a bottle. The F2 cars, I think, have raced around this Abu Dhabi track before in real life. The racetrack is, of course, most well known for a lot of the title deciders of the previous decade. You look back to 2010 and 2014, 2016, some incredible races that have decided the championship. Exciting races, of course, being in 2012, where Kimi Raikkonen took his comeback victory with Lotus, not without having a bit of a shout at his team for giving him information when he clearly didn't want to be distracted. I get a warning of corner cutting as I'm fighting with Gale, which I get on the inside of the hairpin. We get DRS because we were behind him at the line. So we get that additional boost down the straight, which I don't think Gale gets. That's a big plus for us. We of course won't be getting it on the second one as we approach the line there. It looks like we've got Schumacher right behind us, drops beyond the second, was within a second when he crossed the line, so he does get DRS. So we'll see that time slowly come down, but we have managed to keep it stable at 1 second overall. We're going up to 1.3, 1.4, finding a couple of attempts. Sometimes that's all the difference we need. Heavy lifting off the throttle through some of the higher downforce corners, like turns 1 and 2, and like that double right-hander there. Maybe using preset 4 was a mistake, but we have used the top speed to our advantage, overtaking and defending to get ourselves into the points on our final F2 Challenge race. And an ultimate lap of the season now. Schumacher right behind us, as someone who started watching F1 when Schumacher was driving for Michael Schumacher, that is. And again, we're going wide. I've also once had a very bad crash.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
Corner cutting a little bit there. Not quite as bad as it was back in Spain. We actually
You
missed
need
the
to
corner.
slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Bowser says, hi Sammy, thanks. First time making it to a live stream, welcome. This is a slightly different video for me because it's a live stream in the middle of the day. I booked a couple of days off work and then realised it coincided with this video being released. So I thought, why, instead of recording it, why don't I live stream it? But thank you very much. I just hope my day's going well. It is actually. I've had a lovely couple of days off work, as I've mentioned. I set a purple sector through there, no doubt aided by the DRS. The purple sector, for those of you who don't know, is the fastest of anyone in the race so far. I lose so much time in the rest of it. I've got Schumacher on the inside of me. I have to lead him room, which I do. Thankfully he stays behind. And what do we think, guys? One more lap. We're in 9th place. Mick Schumacher and his teammate Sean Delay behind me. Can we hold them off for one more lap to take to the points in our final F2 race? Kept it on the road a lot better through that. Oh, that's going to be absolutely invaluable. A little bit wider. Schumacher's right behind us. This could be a very close fight going through. He's coming alongside us. We've got to keep it straight. We've got to keep it straight. I reckon we can get him on braking. I reckon we can get him on braking. Like that. But he's still on the inside of us. Collision. He's still there. Still there. He's behind us at the DRS marker, so he gets DRS here as well. He hasn't got as good an exit mode. You can see he's not making the ground he did on the previous straight. Our exit out of that corner was a lot better than it was at the hairpin onto the longest straight. Now, here we go, going down the final few corners. This is the one I'm most worried about because it requires the downforce. They don't seem to have been worried by Schumacher there. We've got red arrows, he's coming alongside us. I think we might have nudged him. I've got something rattling on the back of the car. I can hear it. I don't quite know what it is. We go wide. Breaking into the final corner. Nearly spinning it. And across the line. Oh, Schumacher just gets us.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
We end up 10th by a whisker. What a surprise. What a finishing race. Let's see what Davide Valsecchi and the rest have to say.
Brilliant stuff from Carlin today. What a superb victory. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same spec, the winner just looked better out there. It would have been a combination of getting those tires up to running temperature faster and driving to the condition on track. They made it look easy out there today.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Probably Jade Aitken. You know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think. The official driver of the day also did a fantastic job. But I have to vote with my heart, and today I have to go in a different direction.
Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
It won't be lights out tomorrow. It was very nice to be awarded Driver of the Day by Davide Valsecchi there, as that was an absolutely incredible race. I'm so glad I managed to keep it together on live stream. As you can see, we finished 10th in the end, less than a 10th behind Schumacher at the line. Further down, our teammate Boccaracci actually loses positions, finishes 18th. Coldron and Boschon not in the points. On the subject of points, Matsushita won the race but didn't get ahead of his teammate Delatraz, and in the end loses the championship. We finished 15th on 30 points. We'd have 32 if we'd have finished the race in 9th, as we were going to. I suppose that's fair. I did hit Schumacher at the start of the race. He did get a warning about that. But yeah. There you go, that was the F2 Challenge. 22 races, 110 laps. Most of them I managed to complete. Some very bad races earlier on. Some highlights as well. Look at the race I had in Spa, very good points there. USA, scoring that podium in remarkable circumstances. And a great finale as well. That's what I like to see. And there you go, Drivers' Championship 15th. Thank you very much. I'll take a screenshot of that just for my own benefit later. And there you go, that was the F2 Challenge. Oh, I'm just going to just turn the music down a little bit more. Turn it down, not turn it off. And I'll turn it down in my ears as well. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's watched, liked, subscribed during the videos. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've really enjoyed making them, and it was a great race to finish on. So now I've got a little bit of an announcement to make. As a lot of people in the Steady community will know, there's been a number of different groups of people based around websites and content creating groups. I'm proud to announce that recently I've been in contact with a few people at the team from Cloudy with a Chance of Games. I'm proud to announce that as of earlier this week, in fact, I'm now affiliated with Cloudy with a Chance of Games. You'll be able to see me on their channels, on their content, doing some stuff. I'll put it back to webcam, no one really wants to see that screen. And I'm really excited to be part of it. I'm really hoping this will help develop me as a content creator, and if it means we get any more subscribers, that's a bonus. Really, I'm not doing it for the numbers. I'm doing it just to see what I can do, what I can test myself with, and how I can develop in the future. It's a great opportunity. You'll see me start to get involved over the next few weeks, I suspect, and I'm really looking forward to it. As I've said, later this week we've got our Tomb Raider stream. I think it's at part 4. I want to say part 4. I'm going to say part 4. So that'll be on YouTube on Thursdays, as you know by now, and live streamed, or restreamed rather, on Facebook on the following Saturday. And on Friday, it's the return of one of my favourite streams from last month, the Monopoly stream, where we've got various different content creators and personalities from all areas of Stadia, really. I'll be having a laugh with them and hopefully winning this time after my humiliating defeat last month. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But as I was saying, congratulations, thank you very much. As for me, that's kind of the end of my stream today. Thank you very much for tuning in or watching, or if you're watching on delay, thank you very much for that as well. Supporting. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, do all the things that are normal to do. Sorry for that, I had to glance down, my second screen had broken. I'm hoping to do a little video about my setup later on. Just to give you a rough idea, a few of you have seen my main screen in front of me, but I've often talked about my second screen. I'd love to describe how I've done that, because it's something I'm fairly impressed with. I'd also be able to explain why my webcam always looks like it's going at a slightly different angle each time I record a video, because that's not a fixed webcam at all. I have to move that into position and test it out. The lighting has also changed recently. Well, not the lighting itself, but the position of it. Anyway, I'm saying too much, and I should probably do a video and just show you. Anyway, thank you very much for myself. You'll be able to see me here on Sammy on Stadia on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm even under the Epic Games Store as Sammy on Stadia, which has probably caused a lot of frustration or confusion to people I've been doing multiplayer with. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. You see me on there and on Cloudy the Charts of Games.